In this video, I'll be answering your questions that I get on my channel, all the way from how do I find clients to how do I find best resources, how to scale design agency. So the first question is, hey man, thanks for the tips. I'm starting to land some Frameware projects, congrats. But the pricing feels a bit low sometimes. Are there any extra things we can offer to clients after building the main site to earn a bit from each project? There are a few things that I usually do. The first one is simple automation, like a chatbot you can add on your website. So there's a website called N8N that you can build a chatbot for free without spending $1 on it. You can connect to Google Gemini, which is also free. And then I will show you basically a simple process how to do that. First, you would create a when chat message received trigger here, and then connect AI agent and build it with Google Gemini. So you just connect your API address here. Gemini does not require any credit information, so you can do that for free. Then simple memory, so it has some context. And now if I go here and I say, hello, what's up? It will just answer me, and you can see the answer is here, and I can connect it to my website just by clicking here and make chat publicly available and embedding it on my website, whether it's a Frameware website or a Webflow website, very easily. So the prompt I'm using here, I'm just going to quickly read through it. The prompt, is something that you put on the chatbot here, so it has some content about your company, about your services, and that it can book calls. So the first one is just telling him about the chatbot, your helpful, intelligent website chatbot and here you would insert the company, the client's name, a content writing company, the current date, and here it's just an expression for the current date. It will figure it out yourself. You don't need to do anything here. And here you would input the time zone. You're a male and your name is, insert your name. Here the content about your business, so you would describe how many clients do you have, what you do, and whatever necessary information that you need to include about your business. And here you would give him more information about what he needs to do. So the number one goal is to book calls, obviously, here in our case. So your goal is to gather necessary information from the website user in a friendly and efficient manner. If they wish to book a meeting, you must ask for their name, ask for their email address, request preferred date and time for the quote, confirm all the details with the seller, with the caller, including the date and time for the quote. And here are just the basic instructions of how to communicate. So be kind and witty. Keep all conversations short and simple. Use casual language. Phrases like well, and I mean are ideal. This is chat conversation, so keep all your responses short, like in real chat. Pretend it's SMS. Don't ramble for too long. This is really important prompts that will make your chatbot much better and not like general ChatGPT responses. So yeah, that's one thing that you can upsell to your clients. It doesn't cost you anything, but you can easily charge 500 for this chatbot if it will book calls for the clients. Another question was, should we tell the clients that we use templates and not building from scratch, and then asking the client to provide the content like sections, copywriting, or images that they want based on the template we use in the design? I think this is not really necessary for two reasons. The first one is that the clients buy results. They do not buy the template, or they do not care really about whether we use Frameware, Webflow, Figma. They want to see how their problem is solved, whether it's using a custom website or whether it's a building from template. In my opinion, template would also work better because it was built by professional. There's templates who were built specifically by Frameware team, like Frameware UI SaaS template. It was built specifically from a Frameware team, and it's really good. So I doubt you can build something better than, for example, this no-code template SaaS landing page. So in general, it's much better to use those. And whenever you want to tell the clients that use template, there is a simple reason for that. If, for example, you have a client who wants to pay only 1,000 for a website, when you usually charge 3,000. In this case, you can tell him, here's the template. You can input your information like pictures, text, and stuff like that, and then they can input it. And then you can go ahead and customize the colors, customize the text, the branding, customize everything so the website looks good and the client gets real value, because not a lot of clients can actually go ahead and change some colors, change the gradients, create custom graphics even. So you can provide real value and spend a little of your time because the content already there and the template is already there, and the clients like the template, so you don't have any risks with it. The next question is, I am a newbie, but I have a question. Why do you have to switch between Frameware and Figma? Because we can adjust the text and pictures directly in Frameware at all. So for the newbies here, the Figma is editing interface for visual stuff. So like pictures, different images, different elements, layouts, experiments, stuff like that. Because let's say I like this layout and I can very easily input it in this website. I can very easily experiment with stuff. So I can make it larger. I can make it not a component. I can move elements inside of this element. I can change the text here. And to change the text, for example, inside of Frameware, you would need to spend a lot of time because Frameware is a development tool. It's not as easy to go ahead and just change anything that you want here. So if I take this element, I can just put it here and I can change the text here. Hello, what's up? Very easy to change, and in Frameware it's much harder to change all the elements. Like for example, this element you can change here. You can export it as a image in Frameware because you don't need to build it in Frameware. It would take you hours to just build a simple element in Frameware as well as this. So this would go directly as an image in Frameware. And generally, it's much easier to change the layouts of elements in Figma just to experiment which one you like more. For example, I like this center layout more. It's much easier to move other elements here because it's all freeform. It is not auto layout or frame stacks as in Frameware. So it's much easier to change things, to edit things in here than in Frameware. And then if you use a template, for example, this looks good and I can just change whatever I like. I can move this image here at the top here. I can change name to say Stas, whatever. And then I can go to Frameware. And let me show you quickly something. I'll just copy this name and I go this Frameware template. And I can very easily now transform everything I did in Figma to this Frameware template because it's already a template. It's already pre-built. It already has all of the sections here. And I wouldn't need to build it from scratch. I would just go to here, see how I edited it. And then in Frameware, since it's already optimized for mobile and works well for mobile, I would just need to edit all of those things. And if I wanted to upload this image instead of this, I would just edit it in Figma, just remove it. And here, just try to get rid of that. And then I would change the background as well. And now I can export it as an image and then just replace this image here very fast without any difficulties. This is how you do the leverage work. So a lot of freelancer would build the design from scratch. They would spend hours and weeks building this whole website from scratch. They would spend like maybe they hire another designer. Maybe this is like a mini agency because be honestly, like this size of website you can build maybe once or twice a month or a week, like with the design and with all this stuff. So you have very little leverage. You would need to hire a designer to build it. You would need to hire a developer to do that. And if you do build a design agency that does this stuff, you can make very little profit. So you can make like 15,000 a month, but the profit would be maybe like 2 or 3,000. But if you use templates, you will have all the leverage. You will have like maybe profitability of 80 or 90%. I think if you have profitability of 80% is really good. You're doing something right. And with templates, you can easily achieve that because amount per unit of money that you can make with websites is much lower than with other niches like selling or Facebook ads because you can really scale that. But with websites, it's really bad in these terms if you don't use templates. But if you do, you can scale it as much as you want. And if you hire another person to actually customize the template, the only thing you can do is selling, which will really scale your business really fast as you can scale other businesses. The next question is, I don't know, after spending a decade in Webflow, I find Frameware a pile of hot mess. It's great for those who absolutely live in Figma and understand how it components and nesting works, but to me, the way you connect things in Frameware is just complex. I struggle with changing the damn navbar logo on my first Frameware website. That's a common issue for people who don't really care about trends in our world. So let me just quickly go to Google Trends and compare Frameware with Webflow popularity. And I want the data to always drive my decisions. So if I go to here, Frameware, and see which one works better in right now. Let's see Webflow. Let's choose worldwide, and now we can see the past 5 years, see how the trend's going. So as you can see, Framer is the blue one and the Webflow is the red one. And as you can see, Framer in the recent years are actually going higher than Webflow. So Webflow has been at the peak and now it's going a little bit down and the Framer is going up. So if you're not ready to actually learn new stuff and to try to be in the one step ahead of your competitors, you will always lose. And this is really important to stay ahead of your competitors and see what's working right now. If tomorrow there's another app that builds websites just by typing, and a lot of web designers will keep to Framer, a lot of web designers will keep like building websites with Webflow, even though it's not really the thing that will be the future. If there's another thing tomorrow that's much more interesting and much more leverage, you can do that. But today, I think Framer is the best tool for website building, so I suggest going that. But Webflow is also good. I use Webflow for a lot of my projects. One of my past clients was built with Webflow. I even made a video about this topic, so if you haven't seen this, go ahead and watch it. Hey bro, where do I find the clients? Got any suggestions? I've answered here. Try to build your own brand. Also use some freelancing platform at the same time to get quick cash. Yeah, so here's the two ways to get clients. And the first one is you get cash today or tomorrow. And the second got you build for the future. So the brand building is for the future. You cannot build a brand and get a client today. You just do little by little, whether it's a Facebook, whether it's a Twitter, whether it's a Instagram or TikTok Reels, or whether it's YouTube. You build every day over time of 1 year, 2 years. You just come up consistently and build something, show something, prove your expertise to your viewers, to your clients, and then you can get some results from that. You can get monetized, you can get some money from clients, you can find some clients. But in general, it's not really the best approach for looking to clients. I'd not even say that it's a good approach. If you do enjoy it, you can do that. But the best ways are some outreaches, like cold outreach, cold email outreach works really well with automations that we have right now. You can literally with instantly, it's the service, but you can get literally 1,000 emails in 1 hour. You can build, find contacts, close your ideal clients very fast. Yeah, you can just do so much outreach right now. You can customize each outreach with ChatGPT. It will all be done automatically. You don't need to do much things. So yeah, I think cold outreach and also Upwork has a lot of like, you can start on Upwork earning today. You don't need to spend a lot of time. If you find good niche on Upwork, whether it's a Frameware website, whether it's building AI automations or whatever, you can close clients even today. Let's see the next question. Great video. Can I customize Frameware templates and use it for my portfolio project? And what to do? What tool do you use to copy the text? So yeah, I think you can definitely use that if you customize the project a little bit. So let me just quickly show you one of the projects that I did was payment is the template that I've used. So, and this is the website that I built for one of my clients a while ago. So as you can see, they're pretty similar, but you can change a few things. You can change colors, you can change a few elements here and there. You can change some of the icons. Of course, you can change the position of the websites and stuff like that, but you can definitely add it to your portfolio and show it to other clients because you changed that. You changed, it's not the same logo, it's not the same color, so feel free to do that. And for the text copying, I use this program. It's called CleanShot. So I just hover over text. Let's say I want to copy this text, which is not really text. I would just hover over it and then I can paste it whenever I want to. The next question was, hey brother, I have a question. If I use plugin HTML to Figma in my Figma for a client project, do I get copyright for using the template like it was showing this video? By the way, great video as always. You will not get a copyright strike, but it's better to buy a template if you do get a client project because the template usually costs 30 to 40 bucks. And if you get a few thousand for a website, I don't see any problem with buying a template. Hey, this is really informative. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Could you please share me the instructions that you've sent for the Perplexity to generate a website text? So the text this person is referring is I have in my ChatGPT, whatever you're gonna call it, Perplexity, I have a folder where I actually tell the websites what I wanted to build. So I described everything from each sections that I wanted to build. Like if I need to hear a section, I can just say here a section for a AI automation tool, and it will write the hero section with all of the elements that I need. Like you can see here, it's gonna search the internet. Not sure why, because I forgot to turn it off. But yeah, let me just quickly go to this website, for example, and go here. And now it created like the links that I can put here. It created all the solutions that I can also insert here. So as you can see, the structure is really similar to what the real website might need. You can go to sign up, create another button. Now you can add both the tagline. So there is no tagline, but a lot of websites do have a tagline. Like for example, this one. Let me just quickly open it up here. So as you can see, this website has a tagline, so I can insert that here. For the headline itself, it's just a simple text that I can put in here, maybe improve it, make it wider. And then for the text, I'll just put it here. So it's much better than general ChatGPT output. And the prompt that I'm using here is just very simply, I described whatever sections I want to create. So for your section, write in a tone of style of Apple.com. I really like how Apple provides their content to the users, and here are more detailed instructions. So use a max 6 links navbar, 2 buttons that will be in navbar above the full tagline, max 3-4 words, headline max 8-10 words, description max 25-30 words. And what are the other things that there are any website? It's the features section. So this is the features section. This is the features section. This is some features. This is could be a features. Of course, you can describe like features in terms of testimonials and stuff. So whenever you need that, you can choose whatever number you need, whether it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Then you just tell that, and it will build a structure for that. So let me know if this types of video is any helpful, and if it does, leave a like and subscribe.